Welcome to Before the Bat, the Gotham podcast, your guide to the TV show Gotham and all things Batman. I am Phil. With me is Kelly.
Hey, hey!
Tyler could not be here tonight because he's tying down Barbara Gordon, leaving her for the ogre.
She could be a Stepford wife, too.
It seems like it's been a long time since we've done this, Kelly.
It seems like it's been forever.
6 weeks, forever, same thing.
Oh my goodness. It was really weird doing the live tweet this week because it was like, okay, where is everybody? Did you guys forget it was on tonight? Where are you?
Probably.
I think some people probably did. I hope their DVRs got it.
I mean, I think that was bad scheduling. 6 weeks, you run the risk of people finding other stuff to watch and forgetting.
Oh, yes. It's just awful. And then it's just, why would you do that? Why would you do that? And we don't have that much longer till the end of the season. It's just kind of fragmented. You know
what I'm thinking?
What?
Do they all want to compete with Final Four?
Well, that's probably true.
March Madness.
March Madness is a very contagious disease in Indiana, so.
Yeah, plus, I don't think they probably don't want to fight for the ratings.
Yeah, because, the Final Four plays, guerrilla defense, so.
I feel like Lilith Hellfire. Dynamic duo here.
It is definitely a different kind of feel when it's down to two people.
Yeah. And I get to say, Kelly, can you read the synopsis for this episode?
I have the long version, so you might want to send me the short version. I've got a recap here in front of me. So the full deal.
Lay it on us.
Oh no, this is like pages long. It's pages. It's like every scene kind of broken down. So hold on, let me grab it.
Like a paragraph or two.
No, I just didn't want to forget anything.
Okay. Well, what was the first scene?
Okay, let's see here. Well, Fish is still stuck at the Dollmaker's mansion.
Dollmaker.
Yes. He's like totally creepy. And she's trying to come up with an escape plan. And she gets caught in the Dollmaker's office after a while. She kind of gets together a plan for insurrection. She's like Star Trek. And she has an escape plan, but she's duplicitous. She has two separate groups for her escape plan, so she's playing the, ends against the middle.
Don't lie to me.
And so she plans to get the tough guys and make it to the docked boat, and the second plan is to take the helicopter with everybody else. And she gets caught in Dollmaker's office, and she pretends to be stealing a letter opener so she can kill somebody. She's not going to slit his throat. Oh no, absolutely not.
Or didn't she say she was going to kill herself if she had?
Well, yeah. Absolutely, she wasn't going to kill him.
No, yeah, of course not.
Let's see here. Brawny dudes run to the boat thinking the outside gate has been unlocked. They quickly realize they've been duped when there's a padlock, and they get mad at Mooney, of course. And they hear whizzing of bullets and screams from the Brawny dudes. Mooney and the rest of the prisoner organ donors cut across the lawn to the helicopter, while Dollmaker's security is preoccupied. And Mooney hops in the helicopter cockpit and takes off, of course. And they get
get shot.
And they get to beat up the Dollmaker. Let's see here. And how come she can fly?
Woman of many talents.
She owned a nightclub. When would she have learned to fly?
She was singing.
Yeah.
I believe I can fly.
Oh, that hurts. I believe I can take this rudder and make it work. Yeah. Yeah, I can just see that. She's just wow. And then of course we got Bruce.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was kind of painful watching Jim talk to Bruce, and Bruce lying, and very obviously lying. And
No, I'm not going to look you in the eye.
No, totally not. And then, Alfred basically saying he's going to go after him. And then basically almost bleeding out on on the rug. I would think he would have had problems with that, getting blood on the rug. Yeah. That's going to be a pain to clean. But anyway, so Bruce starts looking up all these gun ranges in the phone book. How long has it been since you've seen a phone book? And what was that a statue of Aquaman on his desk? Did you notice that? No, I think it's supposed to be
Neptune.
I think it's supposed to be Neptune, but it's a dude with a trident. No, all I can think of is Aquaman. Anyway, so Bruce goes to go to the gun range and
the shooting gallery.
Yes, well, eventually he finds out. He says it's the shooting gallery. So Penguin is trying to convince this chick to let him buy the restaurant or the bar from her, and she can still run it, but he wants to own it. And she doesn't want to sell. And then finally it comes out that she's got her beautiful angelic, what is it, granddaughter? That
I think it was her daughter, maybe.
I can't remember, but anyway, she's this beautiful angel, but she's run away with this Satan guy who's a guitar player and la 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 la, and so
like that devil music.
So yeah, so he says I'll have her back at mass on this weekend, and so basically Bruce is downstairs at the gun range and trying to get buzzed in, and we see Penguin walk right past him, which is kind of funny.
And I didn't notice it, but on social media, people were saying when Oswald walked past Bruce, he kind of did a shiver.
Oh, he did. He totally did. Yeah. It was like a double take. He kind of stopped a second and just,
felt like my future.
Exactly. Exactly. And so, of course, Penguin has a pair of pruning shears in his jacket pocket. And they decide to convince the guitar player by lightening his load a few digits. And
did you see what Zach put on Twitter?
No.
He goes, I can't wait for this week's Before the Bat episode. He said, when Phil talks about Oswald giving everyone the finger.
Oh, that was really hard for me, a cellist, to watch, quite frankly. Wow. So anyway, there's this whole serial killer thing going on too at the same time. We find out that basically this cop didn't want to get his family iced, so he gave the case to Jim so he could get anybody he cares about killed. And
it wasn't even that reason. There's another reason we don't see till later.
Probably. And probably they wanted to get rid of Jim, too.
Well, we said later on, he's like, Commissioner Loeb told him to give it to Gordon.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because he knows Loeb's secrets. And
then Harvey Bullock finds out.
Yeah.
Once again, Bullock had my favorite line of the night.
What's that?
He's like, no, we're not going after the ogre. And he's like, I forget what Jim says. And then Harvey says, what, don't you understand English? He's like, I'll say it again in Spanish. No.
That's pretty awesome. You got, he's trying to figure out this whole murder mystery thing. And this guy is like treating this gal like a Stepford wife, and it's just really creepy. So anyway, Kat and Bruce find Reggie in the shooting gallery, and Kat had her first kill, which was pretty kind of shocking to see a kid that young shove somebody out the window.
Yeah, but like they almost made it look like Bruce was thinking about it.
Yeah, that's true.
I knew he wasn't going to do it.
Yeah, he doesn't do that, but yeah, she spared him, I think, is what she tried to do.
Yeah.
But let's see here. Yeah, we find out, of course, that the reason that he wants to that Penguin wants to buy the bar is because he wants to kill
Maroney.
Yeah, Sal Maroni in the bar because that's where he kind of messed with Penguin. Well,
Well, it's self-preservation.
that's true. That's very true.
Because Maroney told him.
Yeah.
He's like, the minute Falcone's dead, so are you.
Exactly. Let's see here. Yeah, the bad guy's name is the Don Juan Killer or the Ogre.
Completely opposite names.
Exactly. He's rich, good looking, and psychotic.
It's called the Ogre.
Those are always three things I look for in a man. He's really creepy. The women could never live up to his expectations, and then they quickly find themselves, dead. Gordon visits a bar where the murdered woman was last seen on a date, and we get a flashback from the bartender's point of view. And then it follows the soon-to-be victim to the killer's apartment.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I was like, this episode seemed different. I was like, maybe it's because of the flashbacks, or maybe it's just because it's been so long.
It felt really weird. It kind of felt like, okay, why are we using flashbacks to deal with this little bitty person that we don't really care about when we could be getting backstory about somebody we do care about, or we want to care about.
Yeah, we really haven't done flashbacks before.
Yeah.
We're not Arrow.
Hey, exactly. No struggle wigs, thank goodness. Anyway. Yeah, thank you. So Gordon continues the search. Bullock notices a concerning piece of missing evidence, a heart smashed to pieces, which is, of course, the scary guy's calling card. He kills the loved ones of anyone who investigates him. So Leslie Tompkins could be targeted. He quickly finds that professional dirtbag Commissioner Loeb is behind it all and confronts him in the middle of the precinct. He's mad at Loeb, but Tompkins potentially in danger and swears to find the guy who would directly put him in danger. That doesn't make sense either, but all right. So basically,
he tells him, he says,
"Go ahead,
I'm taking down the ogre, and then I'm coming for you."
Yes, and basically, we see the rest of the conclusion next week.
And it looks like he's not going after Leslie Tompkins.
Yeah, that's very true.
But Tyler's favorite person.
Haha, yay! Maybe she'll end up in a Barbara bag?
Oh, I can just hear Tyler. I hope so.
Or a to-go bag?
Oh.
I know, I'm cruel. But, hey. Barbara's just not my favorite. Not my favorite at all.
I don't think she's anyone's favorite.
I just don't get her.
I really haven't heard anyone, either in person or on social media, who are like, I love this character.
Yeah, it's really weird. Really, really weird.
Well, they don't even, give her a chance to, build her character, because she shows up for an episode or two, then she's off for, 4 or 5.
Without her pants in the apartment. That's what it always is. I mean, I don't know. It's just weird. We haven't thought about her in months, so why?
Yeah, not since she was in the apartment with Selena and Ivy.
Yeah, exactly. After she was at her parents', it's just really, I don't know. I really hope. It feels like they're kind of meandering here. I really hope they know where they're going.
Yeah, they don't know. It seems like they don't know what they're doing with her.
Yeah. I mean, in general, though, it feels like this was just kind of a meander. It doesn't feel like we're headed towards anything. So I'm hoping they will surprise me with the ending of the season, that they'll actually draw it to more of a point. Because I just feels like it's really meandering right now. How about you?
Yeah, it feels that way. There's other shows that I think were meandering for a while. Arrow. Yeah,
still is, in my opinion. But
well, I think that got a little better this week.
Yeah.
I think some of them, they were like Arrow, maybe Gotham a little bit. they were spinning their wheels, killing a little bit of time until closer to the season finale.
That's probably true, but will it? Well, at least in the Arrowverse, will it really matter in the end anyway?
Timeline change.
Exactly. So, yeah, they will put us through all of this pain for nothing. But yeah, so I mean, it ended up being there were some fun interactions. You know, we got to see quite a bit of Enigma, and Enigma actually like doing something right and good. That was kind of refreshing.
Well, I think they said he's going to be a big part of season 2.
That'll be good because his character is so fun. He could get really twisted really quick, and I think that could be really, really fun.
Oh yeah, I think he's going to be the Penguin of next episode.
Next season. Next season, the big cheese.
The cheese stands alone.
That's right. Who moved my cheese? Yes. But, you know, it's just, I don't know. Besides taking that long of a break, which was ridiculous, and then we have this episode which kind of leaves you scratching your head going, okay, where are we headed? It just wasn't a really strong way to come back. And if it were me, quite frankly, I'd want to come back in a really strong way to remind people why they were watching to begin with.
Yeah, and I think the 6 weeks was a big mistake. They should have taken more breaks. Even if they did like 2 weeks in a row, take a break, 2 more weeks, take a week off.
Yeah, something like that. But I understand March Madness. I totally get that. Because they have to figure out who they're, you know, and probably a lot of their demo would have been watching the games. So, yeah. You know, that's kind of a calculated risk. But 6 weeks, at least play us some repeats, or, you know, some catch us up or something, you know, in the meantime, because people forget really quickly.
A month and a half.
That's a long time. Yeah.
Come on, Gotham.
That's long enough for people to forget that the bat signal exists.
Do you think maybe they did that just because the season was supposed to originally be 13 episodes and then they stretched it out to the 22, 23?
I think that could be part of it, but just the scheduling was a bad decision. I mean, It's just a bad decision, and I think they've probably lost some people at this point because
I don't know what the numbers were, but I believe I heard there was a little drop.
Yeah, I mean, I could believe it because people. I mean, you get to a point where it's like, even with Arrow and stuff, I'd have to watch for the commercials to see when they were coming back. You know, and it was only a couple weeks. 6 weeks is holy cow. You know, that's an eternity.
Yeah, because I mean, if you're not on social media, and it's like, people might not know when it's coming back.
Exactly, because it's not like the networks don't spend a whole lot of time promoting their own shows. I mean, they do, but, you know, if you don't, like, I have a DVR set up so that it automatically records it.
Yeah, me too.
You know, had I not, you know, I check my schedule about every other day to see what's coming up. So had I not done that, you know, I might not have realized it. But of course I did. I knew, but, you know.
In our on-demand society, where you can watch a whole season of Daredevil at once.
Yeah, or, you know, you can marathon 10 seasons of Smallville. You know, you just do all this stuff, and people forget, especially right now, we're at the point in the season where a lot of shows are getting canceled. Mm-hmm. Or, you know, they're really kind of, how should I put this? The season is thinning out, you know what I'm saying? You're getting rid of the shows that just didn't work, and you're getting ready to come.
Survival of the fittest.
Very much so. And you're getting ready to come to the mid-season premieres of stuff. You know, the fill-in shows. Mm-hmm. So, it's just, I don't know. I don't like it. I think
they just took it for granted.
That people would come back. Yeah. That's probably true. They figure, oh, it's Gotham, it's Batman. People will just tune in, and you can't count on that anymore.
No.
People have lives, and it's
there's
there's
so many
warm
shows.
Yeah.
And content.
Well, and it's going to be warm outside, and people are going to be outside doing more stuff.
Exactly.
So you're going to lose viewers anyway. I mean, oh my goodness. I could tell you that just because, I mean, like today, it was beautiful here. And
here too.
There were, oh my goodness, people coming in all day for deck stain and paint. All day long. So, people are getting outside and working while they can, while it's nice. So they can't take the audience for granted. You just can't.
That's right.
So what do you think of Kat as the anti-hero?
Well, they've done that for, like, the last couple years in the comics.
Right.
Like her adult self.
Mm-hmm.
She'll protect the slums at one point, then she'll go back to being a thief, and then she's the anti-hero again.
Well, she's kind of like Robin Hood.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Although she keeps a bunch for herself.
Well, gotta take care of herself too,
Uh-huh.
Girl's got a shop, remember?
Yeah.
But, it's just, I hope we get, at least I hope in the second half, we get a more of a direction, pointed in the way they want to go. So we kind of can feel like, okay, we're back in a rhythm now. We see where you're headed kind of thing. Not that we don't want surprises, but what I'm saying, that we're gaining momentum again.
Well, they better head there quickly. So there's only, 3 or 4 episodes left?
Exactly. Yeah, this was episode 19.
Oh, yeah.
So they don't have long.
I thought they were taking another break, but I think they're going straight through to the end, right?
Let me see here. I can tell you, I think, on my TiVo.
Because I thought we had to wait till May for another episode, but I think they're just going to play the last couple ones straight through.
Oh. Shoot, where did my remote go? My remote died. Oh, here it is.
No, you're not hearing the TV.
Yeah, you're not hearing my TV. Sorry. Gotham.
May 30th. Teams of 21. What it takes.
Some weird contest show. Okay. Okay, Lisa Frey. I'm looking to see if I can find the schedule. Upcoming episodes. Okay, here we go. Under the Knife airs 420, and The Anvil and the Hammer airs 427.
And then won't that give us, 2 more episodes in May?
I think you're right. Those are both in April, so.
Because it'll probably end, the second week of May?
Yeah, because they want to hit May sweeps.
Yeah, because I think isn't that when Arrow usually, the second week of May?
Yep. I'm so excited. I get to be a Nielsen family for May sweeps this year.
Yeah, you said you did that before, right?
Not for May sweeps, though.
Oh.
So this will be I've done Nielsen before, but this will be my first May sweeps. So that'll be fun. Extra added fun.
Do you have to do anything for them to pick you, or they just pick you at random?
They say they pick you at random. I don't know how they pick you, but I've been picked a few times. But then again, I live in a small, not a really densely populated area either, and I turn in my surveys. That's a big thing if you turn in your surveys.
What surveys?
What your Nielsen surveys.
Oh, when you do
right.
It the last time?
When they choose you, you got to make sure that you return the books and everything.
I was going to say, you're like the first person I've known personally that's ever done that.
Really? This is, I think, my 3rd time.
Wow.
In 8 years. So that's pretty good. And any of you who don't know, here's how it works. They send you a postcard and a thing saying, hey, we're the Nielsen ratings. We're going to send you a packet. Please, we're not asking you to buy anything. Just please fill out the survey, or you can call us and do it, and we'll send you $1 for doing it. Okay, great. So you get your survey, comes a week or so later. It's just very basic. How many TVs are in your house? How many people are in your house? What are your ages? Those kinds of questions. Then if you get chosen, you get a phone call, and which I did, and they basically confirm everything that you said in your survey, and then they kind of tell you how it works if you don't know. You get these little notebooks-like things, one for each TV in your house, and you fill out what you're watching and when for each person and each TV in the house. And then at the end of the week, you send them back in, and you're done. of the population in your area. And that's how it works. So it's nothing that difficult. It's just, it's important that you keep track of what you're watching on each TV and when you're watching it. And if you're watching a DVR show, you put that in there too. I mean, they count all that. So
if you want to save your favorite TV shows, get a hold of Kelly at Super Squint.
I'm not watching all your favorite TV shows. I'll watch my favorites, but I have a feeling that a lot of my favorite shows are probably a lot of your guys' favorite shows too. So,
it has a superhero in it.
I'm probably watching it. Yeah, I'm probably watching it. If it has royals in it, if it has Scots in it, if it has beauties or beasties in it, if it has so yeah, I watch a fair share of TV, and if I don't get to watch it when it's actually airing, I watch it usually that night or the next night. So anyway, so that's kind of how it works. If you guys are curious, if you want me to talk about it after the fact, I could do that too, so you guys can kind of know how it went and more of what the survey looks like. It's just been a while since I've done it, so it's been a few years.
I wasn't sure if they did that much anymore, because I thought with all like the cable and satellite boxes, I thought they could just like tell what you're watching.
Well, they can do that. Watching. They could do that from that too, but there's a large segment of the population that have cut the cord, that are only watching, antenna TV or
Netflix only,
Hulu, whatever. So, the over the air is kind of what they're paying attention to, because they want to know what commercials you're watching and that kind of stuff for your local area. And it's as much for your local news and everything as it is for big national shows too. So, But anyway, it's an interesting thing, and I'll tell you guys a little bit more about it after I actually do it again, because it's been a while.
Yeah, we'll have to get into that.
Yeah, it'll be fun, and it's not a huge deal, but it's kind of fun, It's becoming less and less of a big deal. I'll put it that way. Well, because they can tell, from the DVR. That's how you get the +3 and +7s, is DVR rewatches, and so they can tell all that. But it's just the people that are on the regular antennas, they can't really tell anything about. So
they think you're not hipping with it?
Well, no, I am hipping with it. I told them I have both antenna and satellite. So,
but is that who they do go after? Like the people with the antennas in?
They do a random sample, so it's both. So, because I told them I do have both, and I have a DVR for both. I have a DVR that's for antenna TV, and then I have my satellite DVR, because I couldn't keep up with all the shows at once. So, my antenna DVR will actually record, I believe, 6 shows at a time.
Wow.
So yeah, I could do all my local and network stuff on that, and it's in high def. The reason that I bought it, quite frankly, and you'll laugh, the reason I bought a TiVo Romano, and the reason I bought it was because I cannot get a CW affiliate on my satellite dish in high def. It is and it's terrible. So that's why I bought it. So I can watch Arrow and Flash and Rain all in high def. Because heaven knows, if you've watched enough Arrow, the scenes are so dark. If you watch it in SD, you can't tell what's going on half the time.
Yeah, that would be a pain.
The fight scenes are impossible. And Gotham gets that way, too. And I have it recorded on there, too, so.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yep.
Because I was watching Daredevil last night, and it wasn't in high def, and it was kind of hard to see.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell in those dark scenes, so. Yeah, thank goodness for my TiVo.
So, anything else we didn't hit on the Gotham episode?
I think we pretty much hit it. I like I said, I hope we get a more momentum and a more of a straight line to where we're headed, and pretty quick, because the end of the season's coming up, and you want to go out with a bang and not a whimper.
Well, I think that was the problem with this episode. They lost all the momentum.
Yeah,
they had to build it back up.
Yeah, and then this one left me meandering and wondering where we're rolling from here.
And what will be Fish Mooney's final fate.
Fried fish.
It's great to be back, huh?
Yes, it is. Punny business and all.
Lilith Hellfire and Kelly DeMarzio. Punny Business Incorporated.
That's it. That's exactly it. So where can we... Oh, go ahead.
What?
Go ahead.
I was going to say, before we finished here, I just wanted to talk about our summer plans.
Oh, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're a fan of our social media, you saw this, or on various Gotham fan sites, and if not, why not? We're looking for original Gotham fan fiction. We want to do some quote-unquote radio plays, and I think at the end we're gonna vote. I don't know if we're gonna throw it out to the listeners yet or not, but at least the three of us will vote, and our favorite's probably gonna get a prize that'll be coming in this summer.
Dramatized fan fiction is actually a lot of fun, folks.
And who knows? I'm still working out all the details, but maybe maybe the person who writes one, or just a listener who writes us and shows some interest, maybe we'll have people do it with us.
That would be very fun.
I'm gonna get a few people in here, like your certain amazing daughter.
Oh yeah, she would love that.
I think that's the perfect Selena Kyle.
She would totally love that. She likes Selena a lot.
Get Lilith in here, maybe Rob, whoever we could get.
Hopefully by that time we will have seen our Selena Kyle again. She's gonna be in Detroit.
Oh, that's right.
In May.
You might meet her in person.
Yes, again. We saw her
right.
when they aired the pilot, when we got to see the pilot ahead.
Tell her if she wants to do the fan fiction with us.
She'd probably get a kick out of it, actually.
Hey, seriously, make the offer.
Okay, I'll see if I can get with her. It's sometimes at these cons it's hard.
Yeah, she can play herself, or if she don't even want to play herself, she can play whoever, Fish Mooney, whoever.
That could be fun.
All right, before I get to the social media, do we have any other business?
I think that's about it.
All right. Well, everyone, get a hold of us, especially if you have Gotham fan fiction. You can email us, beforethebat@gmail.com. Facebook, we're Before the Bat, the Gotham Podcast. On Twitter, we're @BeforeTheBatPod. And remember, you can talk to us on the forum. Just go to our Before the Bat page on southgatemediagroup.com. And you can always get a hold of me. Email me at nightwingpdp@gmail.com. And on Twitter, I'm at nightwingpdp.
And you can find me on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, and anywhere else that really matters at SuperSquint. That's SuperSquint. You can also read me at voiceoftv.com. And you can also hear me on Queen Consolidated and Flashpoint with the lovely Miss Lilith.
And you could get a hold of Tyler Patrick at jtypatrick@gmail.com, and on Twitter he's at jtypatrick. You can hear him on this show with me on Flash Arrow Power with some other guy, and we do the weekly DC Comics review, World's Finest, which if you subscribe to this feed, you'll get every week.
Woo!
Whew, and I think that's it.
That's a lot of social media.
Well, for three of us, yeah.
We're very social folks.
Yes, we're very social. You'll get us whether you like it or not.
That's right.
All right, everyone. Come back next week. See what we get with the ogre. And maybe Barbara's horrific death. Tyler has his fingers
only hope.
crossed. But until then, same bat time,
same bat channel.
The Gotham Podcast.